Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Uh, New UK submarine? Sure. I believe this is the correct video. Preemptive, like, I gave a preemptive sub to Gallery Military. Hope you guys are doing well. My name's Connor if you're new. Hi. Let's learn, shall we? I love it. Learning, they're essentially underwater planes, or planes are above water submarines, right?
The new Royal Navy Dreadnought-class submarine, which is currently under construction, has innovative features that promise to take stealth to a whole new level. The Dreadnought is a massive undertaking for UK industry, and there is no doubt that it will be a huge win for the UK over the next few decades. The Dreadnought submarine will be the most stealthy and largest ever built for Royal Navy.
Silos?
HMS Dreadnought and HMS Valiant, the first two ships, are already under construction. The Dreadnought is destined to take over Britain's nuclear deterrent in the 2030s. These new classes will be larger in order to include a number of new stealth features.
Okay, I was wrong that it's smaller. Sorry.
Like its battleship namesake, the new submarines will feature cutting-edge naval propulsion design, incredible firepower, and several features that will set it apart even from other modern submarines. They will be armed with Trident D5 missiles, which is enough firepower to potentially destroy any major city and most of the surrounding area in a 7-mile radius. This is a fearsome amount of firepower per submarine, especially when you then multiply that by up to 4 Dreadnought-class subs, which could be on patrol at any time. In other words, one Dreadnought submarine could potentially destroy most of continental China, a lethal weapon of mass destruction.
What?
These large submarines will have 4 533mm torpedo tubes for Spearfish medium-range heavyweight torpedoes. The Spearfish can hit targets up to 65 kilometers away. These torpedoes were specifically designed to intercept high-speed, deep-diving enemy submarines with titanium hulls, such as the Alpha and Sierra classes. The Dreadnought class is being constructed at a special time in history. For the first time, 3 major allied countries are designing and building their next generation of nuclear ballistic missile submarines at the same time.
Sorry, France. On behalf of the US, I apologize to France for taking that deal.
The United States has...
I take that back. I don't apologize.
The Columbia class, the United Kingdom has the Dreadnought class, and France has the SNLE-3G.
I don't trust you guys. French. Sorry. There's something about France that I'm like, I'm just waiting for like a huge thing to happen and me just be like, I knew it. I knew it. What? France to me is such a outlier in Europe. It's in NATO, it's in the European Union, it's major, if not it is major players in both. And I just see them as such a... I see them as a country that, although they are interconnected with Europe, more so than many others, I think they see themselves as I'm just waiting for Napoleon to be revealed to be like on life support this whole time. And he never died, and he's just trying to get back at the Germans or something, I don't know. The Russians, or the Austrians, or the British.
This fortuitous event is allowing the United States, the United Kingdom, and France to actively share mutually beneficial components, thereby improving future naval relations and efficiencies.
Love the music.
The Dreadnought is mid-sized of the 3 submarines, measuring 153.6 meters long and 12.8 meters wide, with 12 Trident missiles and a crew of 130. Compare that to the larger Columbia-class sub, which is 171 meters long, 13 meters wide, and equipped with 16 Trident missiles and a crew of 155. The French SNLE-3G is the smallest of the three, measuring 148 meters long and 12.5 meters wide, and carrying 16 Trident missiles and a crew of 100 people. The Dreadnought was primarily designed by BAE Systems in collaboration with Rolls-Royce and the SDA as part of the Dreadnought Alliance. The submarine is being built at the BAE Barrow-in-Furness shipyard in northwest England, with nuclear propulsion systems being built by Rolls-Royce Submarine Division in Derby. The Dreadnought class will use an X-form rudder system for greater control, a quieter turbo-electric drive, and a pump jet propulsor for improved power with a lower acoustic signature, similar to the US Columbia class and the French SNLE-3G.
If I were to be on this submarine, I would want to go to the place they're making it and like all the welders, like, show me your credentials right now. Are you the best welder in the world? Like welding together the different parts of the submarine. I'd imagine that's the weak point.
The new PWR-3 pressurized water reactor, based on a US design but using UK reactor technology, powers the Dreadnought.
Question, guys, what would happen if you fell into that? Assuming it wasn't... I mean, the water is designed to both shield radiation and to cool it. Or maybe that's not the cooling part. It's to shield radiation, right? So if you fall in, is that just a death sentence? Maybe not immediate, but like bad radiation poisoning?
Necessitates fewer coolant pumps, making it much quieter. Dreadnought, unlike the other two submarines, has a relatively elongated and streamlined sail in the front third of the sub, as well as bow planes, rather than sailplanes. These bow planes will most likely be retractable for high-speed maneuvering or when surfaced. The Dreadnought is used whale-inspired design to achieve better performance. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Dreadnought-class submarines will be their distinct take on the double-hull design. Modern submarines in the United States, including the new Columbia class, have a single hull design and a distinctive cylindrical shape with a rounded front. Other submarines, such as those built by Russia and China, have two hulls. However, unlike the Russian double-hull design, the outer hull of the Dreadnought is much lighter and not designed for strength. In addition, unlike other double-hulled submarines, the reinforcing frames will be located on the inside of the inner hull, as they are in the single-hulled Columbia. The Dreadnought-class submarine appears to primarily use its double hull for a new reason, namely stealth.
So if it's not that strong, then it's got to not be airtight, right? Because it would implode, right? So I'm assuming. Yeah, how does that make sense?
The UK Ministry of Defence stated that the next three boats would also be given names with historical significance. The names of the ships will be HMS Dreadnought, HMS Valiant, HMS Warspite, and HMS King George IV. As of 2018, the Ministry of Defense anticipates that the first submarine will enter service in the early 2030s, with the Columbia-class scheduled to enter service in 2031, and the French SNLE-3G around 2035. Dreadnought, like the most stealthy existing submarines, will include mechanisms to protect against electromagnetic detection and tracking. To improve visual stealth when near the surface, the outer surface will be a different color than in previous versions. For many years, and in some other leading navies still today, the main focus for making submarines stealthy was to make the propulsion quieter. In this regard, Royal Navy ships are already considered very quiet. The Dreadnought, on the other hand, will feature a new turbo-electric drive. The main defense of a submarine is its stealth. Speed, depth, and countermeasures can all help a submarine escape, but the best way to survive is to not be seen in the first place. As a result, it is unsurprising that submarines being built today will be more stealthy than those already in service.
You guys have used those rubber underwater pool toys, right? The like torpedo. Those things, it shows you just how much just the aerodynamic or the hydrodynamics, same thing as aerodynamics, right? Just, am I wrong here? Aerodynamics and hydrodynamics are the same thing. They're just different mediums, density of material, right? Or just different mediums. I should just leave it there. But those things rocket, all right, underwater. It's fascinating. You have to know what I mean. The bit rubber ones, sometimes they're like tie-dye. Cool. Interesting video, guys. Yeah, it had the AI voice, whatever, you know. I don't know why I thought it was so tiny in the beginning. Cool video. I'm only looking at half of it, and I assume the whole thing. That's why. I'm an idiot. Love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Would appreciate any answers to any of the questions I had. Would love for you to like, subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next video reaction. All right? Bye, guys.